it's Jessie V, and yes, I am still wearing my Star Wars shirt. So, last week we talked about the Smiling Man, which is a supernatural entity, and you guys really seemed to enjoy that video, and you were asking for me to talk about some more supernatural entities. So today I thought I would talk about the Hatman, which already sounds really creepy. But what's interesting is that since I opened my Jessie V stories at outlook.com for you guys to send your true and scary stories to, a lot of you guys actually sent me stories of you guys seeing this Hatman, which that's scary. I feel bad for you guys. So I thought that for the people who do not know what the Hatman is, we can kind of talk about the history of him today, and hopefully I don't give you nightmares, because honestly, this one person tweeted me the other day and I felt so bad. They told me that after watching my Smiling Man video, they couldn't sleep at night and they actually had to sleep in their mom and dad's room, and I felt so bad. Like, I never want to give you guys nightmares. But anyways, before I start talking about the Hatman, I just wanted to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Cork. So in case you did not know, Cork is a portable aromatherapy device that diffuses unique blends of vitamins and essential oils. This is sort of like a new approach to aromatherapy. So they sent me this cute little box full of their essential oils. And I just gotta say, when I first opened this box, I was so impressed because inside just looked so cute. So as you can see, I have all of the little essential oils here, and there's literally little cork pieces all inside of it, and it just looks so nice to begin with when I opened it. All of their blends are made of organic, all natural ingredients, so there's tons of vitamins inside, minerals, essential oils. So we're just gonna talk about each individual one really fast. So the first one we have is called Alive, and this one is the best to use in the morning, so it's mood brightening, and it's just a good start for your day. The next one is called Ecstasy. This one helps you to sort of boost your confidence and helps you feel calm and relaxed. This one is called Refresh, and it actually helps with respiratory congestion. So if you have a stuffy nose or if you have a sore back, this really helps. The next one is called Trance, and this has nerve-soothing antidepressant qualities and basically helps you fall asleep and have really great dreams. And lastly, we have Meditate, which also helps to brighten your mood. It's good to help anxiety and upset stomach, and if you're just feeling blue. So all of these different essential oils do different things for you. Definitely check out their website. I will link it down below. I know that personally essential oils have just helped me throughout my life. It's helped my mom, it's helped a bunch of different people in my family. And if you do not have your own diffuser at home, like I said before, Cork does have their portable handheld diffuser online for you to get if you'd like. There is also a Mix Your Mood diffuser, which allows you to pick up to 4 essential oils to sort of make your own custom blend. But yeah, definitely check out the link below if you'd like some essential oils. They offer a same-day shipping guarantee for all orders placed before 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And they also do not charge shipping if your order is $40 or over. So yeah, definitely check it out, and let's move on to the Hatman. Alright, so as usual, I might be looking down sometimes because I am referencing some things because I can't memorize everything, guys. So we have talked about shadow people in a video before, and the Hatman is classified in the group of shadow people. He's kind of a little bit different at the same time. So the Hatman is a shadow person that has been found all over the world. There are tons of stories of people seeing the Hatman. As I said before, even you guys have seen the Hatman. So the entity is usually described as a tall shadow man dressed in a long black trench coat and wearing a wide-brimmed hat or a fedora. He is distinctively male, and witnesses say that he has no face or has a shadowy, blurred face, so you can't really see anything detailed on him. Most shadow entities are usually seen for a moment or two before disappearing, but the Hatman seems to be different, and he often stays for a prolonged period of time. Sometimes he even touches his victims, which is very rare for like ghosts or shadow people. Usually they just freak you out. They don't actually come up to you and physically touch you. Another aspect of the Hatman that is eerie and more sinister than other shadow people is that the Hatman is often associated with hostile environments. So I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, but a lot of the time shadow people show up if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if something bad has happened in your family, if you've experienced loss. It usually sort of follows dread and sadness and stuff like that. The Hatman also seems to take pleasure in the terror he causes, and witnesses have reported the feeling that the Hatman is somehow feeding off of their fear. Other witnesses have reported that the Hatman sometimes has glowing red eyes or black featureless solid eyes. I don't know what this was. And others have said that the Hatman is like a fallen angel. So then underneath this article, there's actually a lot of paragraphs of different people that have seen the Hatman. It's actually scary how many paragraphs I'm scrolling through right now. Like, it's endless. Like, I'm probably reading past like 200 at this point. Like, for some reason, this is just the most common entity that people see. And I think what freaks me out the most is how it says it's like prolonged, because with shadow people, usually if you're like walking by your room, you'll sort of see it on the side of your eye. But apparently with this Hatman, when you see him, he doesn't like disappear, he doesn't run away, he like just lingers there. And I actually have a story that I haven't told you guys yet. I think I did mention it on one of my You Now streams, but it scared me so much that I didn't really want to come on here and talk about it because it was so real. It happened back when I was sick in December. I was really sick. I know I've already made a video about this, but I had been lying in bed for 2 weeks, literally so ill that I could not move. And there was this one night where I was lying in bed and I couldn't fall asleep because I wasn't feeling well at all. And I was just looking around the room, everything was fine, and all of a sudden, at the very end of my bed, there was this really tall, shadowed figure. I couldn't see any detailed on him. I just saw that it was like a man's silhouette. It was so tall and lanky, and it didn't have like an obvious like hat like the Hatman does, but where his head was, I mean, it could have been wearing a hat. I'm not too sure. I was just so freaked out by the fact that I saw this figure, and it didn't disappear when I saw it. It just lingered there. And I was so stunned and shocked with fear that I laid there for what felt like minutes looking at it. And then I woke Ty up and I was like, Ty, do you see that? And he looked at me and he's like, yeah. What is that? And we both just lied there in such confusion until it just went away. It was the weirdest thing that I've probably ever experienced. And I mean, maybe I've talked about it on here. I don't remember talking about it on here. I do remember mentioning it on You Now, but it was very strange. And just to read some of the things that people are saying, it says, I saw him at the age of 5 and never forgot it. The only difference was that the Hatman was a glowing orange to red. That's interesting. I haven't heard that before. He came from the door to my parents' room and walked towards me, slowly raising his hand out as to touch me as he got closer. I screamed just before he actually made contact and he disappeared. He had a fedora-styled hat and no halo. Because I guess people are saying like sometimes he could be a fallen angel, which I don't really believe that sort of thing. I believe in angels, but I believe that they're up in heaven and sort of watching over us. Someone said, I saw him while I was at my grandparents' house on the computer. I was 6 years old and I saw him in between the bathroom and the laundry room doors. My aunt even saw him in the middle of the night in her parents' room. He doesn't only come when you're sleeping, and apparently it's a warning sign that something bad will happen to you or your loved one, which, like, when I saw that figure at the bottom of my bed, I called my mom the next day and I was just crying and I was like, Mom, what if this is a really bad sign? Like, obviously it came to me when I was really sick. Like, I was actually scared that I was gonna die or something. Like, I didn't know what it meant, and my mom's like, Jess, it's okay, just try not to think about it. Like, I was so scared that it was a sign that something bad was gonna happen. Wow, so I'm reading that there is a 42-year-old that for the past 10 years, the Hatman just continuously finds him in his dreams. So it's almost like every single dream this man has, the Hatman invades, which is super creepy. Oh my gosh, I just read one that is so scary. It says, when my brother was little, one time he saw the Hatman crawling on the ceiling. He was like 3 or 4 and now he is 20, and he said he will never forget it. And he knows it was the Hatman because he remembered seeing the image of the Hatman online and he knew right away that that's what he saw. I don't know why, but in like horror movies or anything, whenever like the creepy monster or whatever like crawls on the side of the walls or the ceilings, that always gets me. That is always freaky. It's never the jump scares in horror movies that freak me out. It's always like the weird creepy things that the entity does, you know? Anyways though, I mean, there's tons of different experiences from people. So if you guys are ever curious to know other people's experiences, all you have to do is do a simple Google search, and like there's tons and tons to look at online. I would suggest not looking, you know, late at night because you may not sleep. And if you guys are also interested in me reading some of the subscriber stories that sent in how they saw the Hatman, I can definitely do one on that. And yeah, just before I go, I just want to sort of let you guys know that this is also an urban legend, you know what I mean? Sometimes people just see things at night because it's what their brains are telling them and they're not actually seeing it. And there's also sleep paralysis, and you know, you can have nightmares and stuff. So this is not like a confirmed, yes, the hatman does exist, because I don't want to freak you guys out. I'm just telling you that a lot of people have seen figures with a hat, and that's why this sort of is going around the internet. But any sort of video I make about creatures or entities or something paranormal, there's always a what if it's not true sort of thing, you know? I just like to talk about these creepy things and sort of hear what you guys think. But anyways, I'm gonna head out now, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!